How you doing, everybody? Stock Option Sniper here. I hope you're all doing great. If you traded today, I hope you've done extremely well and you had a risk management on your trade. Personally, I didn't trade today. I don't like trading when it comes to CPI or big news and things like that, even though I do not believe in news. But I don't like when the market moves in a certain volatility in because of catalysts. So I try to stay away from that and I just enjoy the rest of my day, right? But today I want you guys to use my personal strategy and the things that I want to do. I know I've been talking about this, but I want you guys to keep on using it and using it and using it until it is really second nature every time you look at the market or in any time frame, right? So as you can understand here, I had Tesla delivered very beautifully on what's happening. But overall, I want you guys to know that if we are in a bearish market, just like Tesla here, I want you guys to look for that structure, right? Once you have that structure, use that S&D. There's a S&D, excuse me, somewhere around here, right? Let's just make it blue. Wait for price to come up there to mitigate and target those position, taking out the structure low and potentially taking out most of your position or shaving your position and letting all the runners run to go down lower and lower, right? So that is what we're talking about. I want you guys to use those strategy, and it's something that I've loved talking about. You know, it's very simple. It's very, anyone can do it. And I wish I had this back when I was trading, right? So we have Tesla here delivering beautifully. So I'm gonna break down this trade. I didn't personally take the trade, right? So I always ask myself, where is the structure high and the structure low? Well, I understand that this right here was the structure high, right? But then it was broken along with this entire structure. Let me make sure you guys have that drawn, right? So this entire play right here for me was the structure, right? This was the structure, that blue box we talk about, right? This is that blue box. This entire move was the structure, but it was broken down. Oops, it was broken down. It broke down when this candle broke it, right? So I asked myself, what was responsible for this entire breakdown, right? It was that last up move before that down move. So it's from this high to this low, right? This is our structure because it was broken because of this candle right here, this giant red candle. Let me make the line black, right? Because of this black, because of this candle, our structure was broken to the downside, creating a new impulse, right? That's what I mean by structure. It was that impulse. So I asked myself, what was responsible for this entire move? You can find the last up move before the down move, right? So usually it's somewhere around up here. So what you do is, I like the wick, right? The wick itself. So I take that wick of this red candle or this green candle, but I like the red candle better, and I drag it all the way down, right? So let's say all this price action doesn't even count. This is not even happening right here. We're just waiting for this. We had this break. So now what we want to happen is for price to come up to that zone, right? Once price comes up to our zone, let's pretend like we're doing that thing with the structure. It was blue and this was red, right? Just like right here, right? We have price coming up to our zone, right? Our zone. Now we're looking to confirm that via Wyckoff and taking out our structure low, right? So our target is a liquidation of this low, right? This wick that he made right here, this 165.63. We could take this out. 165.63, right? So what happened here? Did we get that move? Yes, it happened perfectly. However, we are not done. And that third box that we have, man, shout out to my mentor for showing me this, right? We have that green box confirming a touch in our zone of the mitigation. I show you guys the rule of 30, so you should not be in the 4 hour and playing in the 1 hour time frame, right? Usually you take 4 hours. You find how many minutes is in 4 hours. Let me get my calculator real quick because that's how we do it. Right? 60 times 4. There's 240. There's 240 minutes in 4 hours, right? And we're going to divide that by 30 because we're going 30 time frames less. So we should be playing at the 8 minutes. However, I do not have 8 minutes here, but let's go check it out the 10 minutes. So, right? Let's break down that play. What's happening? That touch was right here. Was it there? 4 hours, 10 minutes. I want to make sure I make that that box smaller. Right, that box is a little. I just want this area right here. That touch of that area. I'll include the pre-market. I'll break it down. Right there. Perfect, guys. Yep. Now let's go back to that play around here. Right? So you can understand, you can start marking things down. Right? This is your distribution. You can find your Wyckoff distribution right here. Excuse me, let me mute my phone. Right? This right here, this 198 is your UTAD, right? Preliminary supply, UTAD, preliminary supply, that test, and what happened, sign of weakness, and we have a breakdown, right? Once we have that breakdown, that's the sign of weakness, another test. Once we get that test, markets open up the next exact day, and what happens? The market literally just fall, right? And all you had to do was get on that 198.92, a liquidation of that equal high right there, just wicking right above that 198.92 to grab all the liquidity. And now once you have that play, you just let the play run. And if you do have this play running, it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful delivery. Right, look at that. From 198 all the way to 196. However, you are not done because your target in the higher time frame is 165.63. Right? So how beautiful is that, guys? You can literally use this strategy for you to at least scalp, right? Or swing trade. Because the beautiful part about this is you're not going to start panicking when it starts to go up. Right? Because on the higher time frame, you know it's bearish overall. I show you guys how to do that in the last video and finding market and advanced market analysis, right? We're targeting the liquidity of this entire structure right here. We're looking to take that out. And can the price go up like this? Can it go like this, take it or bounce? Absolutely, and take you out the play and then deliver. Right? That can happen. However, you do have this strategy. You do have this strategy that is very simple that you can utilize, and you also need risk management behind that, right? In any account, if you're putting your stop losses, you're risking your trade. I personally just like to risk 1% of my 1% of my trade, right? I don't really like to risk much, but that's just me. Everybody's different. Usually I usually get taken out of trade multiple times, but when I don't get taken out the trade, that trade usually runs for me just like this. Right? This is a beautiful delivery. You would have caught that at, I believe it was that 198 or 198, and it's delivering at 161, and all you had to do was hold that play. And today we literally have that liquidation of the 165.63. Right? Guys, please remember, this strategy is it's very simple. I don't like things that are complicated. That's the reason why I keep telling you guys about this strategy over and over and over, because it's super simple. I don't think it should be underestimated, because as you can see right here, the delivery is right here, right? All you have to do is literally watch my channel from the beginning, and there's other channels on YouTube that are also great that are sharing this. But if you are watching my channel, I literally just share the same thing over and over, and it's literally just this, drilling the same exact strategy till this day is because of this. I have most of my success comes from this strategy, right? I personally now come into the market with this clear mindset of what I know what I'm looking for. I don't FOMO into a trade. I have a certain zone that I want the price to come in, and if price doesn't go there, then there's no trade. However, when price does come into my zones, I will confirm those in my lower time frames, and I will have one of the best trading days, best trading week. Sometimes I trade once a week, and I don't even have to trade the rest of the week because of the amazing setup that I waited for. right? It's that saying that quality over quantity, right? Nobody want to take 15 trades in a week, make $1,000, then next week trade on a Monday and give back all that $1,000. Like that's the worst thing that can happen, right? So it's trading high quality setup like this, right? Some also you guys are asking like why am I changing time frame from 4 hours and not 15 minutes? Is because you want to go when you divide it by 30, you're basically going 30 time frames lower, right? So you're amplifying the move to work perfectly at its best. And for me, I found out that 30 time frame less is much better. Going time 30 time frames less. Tongue twister there, right? So from 4 hours, I believe I forgot how many minutes. Let me do it again. So it's 60 times 4. It's 240. You divide that by 30. You should be playing in that time frame, which is 8 minutes, right? You shouldn't be playing at the 4 hour. Then you play at the 1 hour, right? You're missing your moves, right? You're missing your moves. But if you can confirm your play, if it does work for you, hey, why not? But for me, if I'm playing in a 4 hours, I'm gonna do that formula that I just shared with you guys, and I will go to my closest to that time, which is 10 minutes, and I will confirm it in my lower time frame, and I just play off that, right? That works best for me. It delivers so beautifully for me. Look at that, you guys. It was just beautiful. I just had to share that play with you guys, break it down. I don't want you guys to get confused and overwhelmed with other strategies. I've been to a position where, you know, I learned from amazing trader, my invest my money to traders. But the problem wasn't the strategy. The problem was with me. I had so many strategy that I knew, but I mastered none of them, right? I mastered none of them. I knew so much, and there was not one strategy that I looked to hone in and master. It was just, oh, this strategy, okay, it doesn't work today. Now let me try another strategy tomorrow. Oh, this doesn't work. Let me go find another mentor who's profitable, who has a Lamborghini, and I just use that strategy. Oh, that doesn't work. Then I go find another one, and I just becomes a cycle, right? But once I learned this strategy, I said it's over. This is for me right here. This strategy right here is taking me places, and it literally has, right? This strategy has been amazing. This has been a blessing. This has been a blessing, this strategy right here, and I'm so happy and blessed that some of you guys are literally sending me pictures on my Instagram saying that, yo, listen, look at this. What do you think about this? I had this impulse and it touched my zone. What do you think about it? It's literally, some of you guys are drawing it to the T, the same exact play that I'm taking, and it's just beautifully delivering. And the crazy part about it, those people that are sending me those pictures are not even my students, right? They get the free channel they get the free content, and they're literally killing it. Literally killing it. Understand everything. I'm gonna hone into this 2-3 videos. I'm gonna understand, master the strategy, understand and break down the strategy he's talking about. I'm gonna take the good, leave the bad, and combine it with what I know, and I'm just gonna run with it. Some of you guys are not even in my community, and you guys are literally killing it. It's like you've invested thousands and thousands of dollars for this information, and I love that because I do the same exact thing. Most of my contents, most of the things that I know are usually from free content, right? Like I'm very intelligent when it comes to investing my money, so I don't just like to throw money in there just to make me feel like, oh, I want to know something and then don't use it. Because we know most people are literally addicted to information but allergic to execution. Do not be that person. Be the person that, okay, I need to know what I'm looking for, and once I find it, I'm gonna run with it, and I'm gonna fix it along the way, right? Some of us, we find what we need, it doesn't work today, so we change it over and over, and it becomes a cycle and never master anything, right? I love this exact example. Paul Tudor Jones, he was he was invited to speak in one of the biggest news outlet like the Bloombergs, and he shorted a stock, right? And they were like, yo, How did you know? You're such a technical analysis wizard. How did you know the stock was gonna fall at the face of the fucking earth, right? And he's like, well, what you guys don't know is I shorted the stock 5 times. What you guys don't know is that I shorted the stock 5 times and lost money. I shorted the 6th time and this thing fell to the face of the fucking earth, right? And the simple strategy that this gentleman was using was simply a 200 MA breakout. So when the stock breaks above the 200 MA, right? Let me put up my MA here, right? Let me take some out first, right? I want to show you guys an example. That's why, right? The 200 MA, this purple. So when a stock goes above, right? Let's pretend this is the movement of the stock, right? It goes above the 200 MA. You're taking longs, right? You're going long. If it breaks below the 200 MA, right? Breaks below, you're going short. However, he was invited to speak in the biggest news outlet because of that simple strategy, right? He shorted the stock 5 times, lost money, did it the same exact thing, they used the same exact strategy the 6th time, and literally went to his favor, right? Guys, we have to operate in such. Just because it didn't work today, that does not mean it's not going to work tomorrow. You need to have your system, stick with your system, and respect your system. They say this game is a game of discipline. At first, I didn't know what that means, right? I didn't know what that means because I didn't have a system. I didn't have what I'm sharing with you guys now. But now that I understand everything, I have a system. I know what I'm looking for when I open up my laptop. I know exactly where I want price to go before I take a trade. That right there is patient. That right there is where the discipline comes in. At first, I didn't have that. It was just like, discipline. What does that even mean? Right? I go to the gym. I eat healthy. I have a very structured. I have a very structured routine on my lifestyle. But when it comes to trading, I didn't have that, right? But you also need that system. Once you have a system, be disciplined. Be disciplined enough for price to go to your zones or to your target, support, or resistance, whatever you want to call it. Don't start trading when your confirmations are not met. You don't want to do that. That's how you become a trader that is always frustrated because you're always losing money. Don't be that trader to be in this game for 3 years and still taking place from other Discord because you're too lazy to not work on your own strategy, to not work on your own system. Don't be that person. Find your own system, right? So you can go anywhere around the world. You know exactly what you're looking for. You can buy a $1,000 plane ticket and get the money the same exact day, right? You don't want to have to wait to open up your laptop and say, hey, are we trading today? You got to ask this guru, are we trading today? And the guru said, no, we're not trading. Now you're going to have no money. You don't want that. You need to find your own system. You need to invest in this just like anything else. It does require hard work. Sometimes you guys might not believe me when I tell some of my students don't even believe me when I tell them I literally backtest trades from 100 to 200 times a day sometimes, right? Kobe was taking shots after games. He's taking 500 free throws, right? 500, 300 jump shots. I don't know the exact numbers, but he was working, always constantly working on his craft. Mastery. He's working on mastery. It's always mastery, right? But you guys, I didn't want to make this a long video. I just really wanted to nail the head. I really just wanted to hammer the nail to tell you guys that you can use my strategy. I literally give this out, right? This is all I've been preaching. Wait for that price. Don't get psychologically faked out because you need to FOMO into a trade. You don't want to be that person, you guys. Right? I'm gonna end it with that. I love each and every one of you. If you are trading, please always make sure your risk management and not just praying and hoping for plays to go your direction. That's not what we do here, right? It's a game of high probability, backed up with risk management, also backed up with a system. Okay, guys, once again, have a great night. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.